it's Corey Ray with Ray's Anatomy. And I have to come on here because I've got a big old bitch to talk about. I got a bitch fest here. I am so hot under the, like, I don't even know what the words are right now because I am so fired up about how ridiculous it is that we live in a world that believes that periods are meant to hurt, that period pain is normal, that mood swings are normal, that anxiety before your period is normal. That it literally fucking blows my goddamn mind that we live in this world that believes this. And it's not your fault. If you believe, if you literally have been told your entire life that having cramps is normal, that it's normal for you to have mood swings, it's normal for you to feel like crying all the time, and it's normal for you to have a shit ton of anxiety right before your period, that all that is normal, it's not your fault. But I'm here to tell you, as a nurse, as someone who has studied the body for years, as a woman who has healed her own painful periods and her own polycystic ovarian syndrome, that shit is not normal. It is common, but it is not normal. We're literally, I was thinking of this analogy as I'm driving right now. I'm going to go pick up groceries. So come along with me and pick up groceries with me. I'm literally driving right now, and this analogy came to me as I was driving, and that's why I had to come on and give this video to you. This is basically what it's like right now. So imagine that you are going back to the days when you were a student driver and you were just learning how to drive. So you get in the car, and you know, next to you in the passenger seat is the expert, the person here, right? And he's like the expert. He's the one who's teaching you how to drive. And you get behind the wheel, you put your seatbelt on, you're kind of a little nervous, right? And everything. He's like, you know, telling you what to do. Just, you know, put it in drive, ease out, right? The gas pedal. He's telling you all the things, right? And then suddenly a light comes on your dash. It's like a big red light. And so what do? You look at the expert and you're like, at the guy who's teaching you, and you're like, is that normal? Is that what's supposed to happen? And yeah, he's like, yeah, you're fine. Keep going. It's fine. And then suddenly another check engine light comes on. This one's like flashing. And you're like, is that normal? Is that supposed to happen? They're like, yeah, it's fine. And then another one. Now suddenly your entire dash is lit up. And now there's sirens going off. Like the alarm, like everything's binging and bleeping, and you keep looking over, and they're like telling you, yeah, it's normal, dude. It's fine. You're good. Keep driving. Oh, here's some earmuffs, right? To drown out the noise. Here's some, so that way you don't hear it. It's fine. You know, he puts his earmuffs on, you put your earmuffs on, and you keep driving. Next thing you know, the car explodes, or, you know, your engine explodes, right? I have this whole thing about explosions, but it's fine. Final destination type of things here. But, okay, so now, you know, the car's like up in smoke, and then he tells you to pull over. And then you're really confused. And, like, think about that for a second. What that's like to be driving. If all these lights are flashing and the noise is like, how distracting is that? Like, can you even concentrate while you are driving, while you are doing and trying to do a new thing, right? And all the while they're telling you that this is normal and it's fine. This is exactly what is happening in our healthcare industry right now. This is exactly what's happening in our society. Every single person in this world well, not the vast majority of everybody is saying that all of this is normal, that this is just a part of women's experiences. It's just par for the course of having a womb. You are going to have pain. You are going to have heavy bleeding. You are going to have headaches. You're going to have mood swings. You're going to have anxiety. You're going to have sugar cravings. It's just all normal. It's just a part of being a woman. Well, suck it up, buttercup. You have a vagina and a uterus, so that's what you're going to deal with. And this is what we are here from the very first awareness. We grow up our whole lives thinking that this is normal. I will talk and scream from the top of the roofs until my very last breath when I say this, that periods were never meant to hurt. Pain is a signal from your body that something is wrong. Something needs investigated. It is like a check engine light on your car. It says, hello, something's not working here. You need to check it out. Pain in your body, in any other place in your body, the healthcare industry, for the most part, will take it into consideration, will start to investigate what's going on. If you get up and suddenly you have really bad pain in your knee and you're walking up this area and you can't walk, they're going to investigate. They're going to do an x-ray. They're going to do an MRI. They're going to look and see what's going on. They're going to check your history. They're going to look, right? If you have, all of a sudden you start, you have a cold and breathing starts to hurt, guess what? They're going to look at it. They're going to be like, oh, that's not normal. And they're going to look at it and they're going to investigate. They're going to do x-rays. They're going to do examinations. They're going to treat it. Pain is a signal that something needs attention. It is one of your the beautiful ways that your body communicates to you that something is amiss. And I thought this was really curious because I remember sitting in nursing school, right? I'm sitting in my anatomy and physiology class and we're talking about pain. And we're having this discussion, like that's what they're saying. They're saying, oh, pain is a communication from your body to your brain, that something needs to change, and how your body responds and all of this. And I remember sitting there in class and asking, what about menstrual pain? I don't recall if I asked this question out loud or not, but that question sank like a little thorn inside my head and I could not get it out because I couldn't rectify it. Because I was like, okay, if pain is not normal, like as in pain is an indicator from your body that something is amiss and needs to be attended to, why do we all experience menstrual pain? 90% of women on this planet has had painful periods at some point. At some point has experienced cramps in their life. And I was like, oh, I get it. We're not supposed to. Pain that is happening in our wombs is a cry for help. It is a check engine light, and it is it is literally this pain that we are all experiencing as women on this planet is a portal. It is an invitation for us to look at the way that we are living our lives and to find out what's going on, to ask questions, to be like, why is this happening? It was never meant to be society accepted, like, normal physiological thing. It is not. Pain is not physiologically normal in any other part of our bodies. It's not. If you were experiencing pain while you were urinating, guess what? You probably got a UTI, or you've got kidney stones. You've got something going on, because peeing is not supposed to hurt. The same thing is, oh my gosh, like I might have an aneurysm. Because like this is what frustrates me so much, is that it's not meant to be that way. Our bodies never were designed to endure pain that way. It was never meant to, it was never designed to put you through pain through a physiological process that you experience every 28 days. Why would, like, think about that, ask that question. Why? Why would every other physiological process in your body be not painful? It would just be normal. It would just be, it's sensations, yes. Sensations, yes, there are sensations, but not pain. So why do our periods hurt? Well, it's a great question. And it's a question I'm going to be investigating in my next masterclass. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more about what our bodies are trying to tell us during this, then come check out my masterclass. Make sure you check the dates below, because I'll have them in the notes, because I am doing these masterclasses more often now. But this is it. This is it. If you're like sitting here and you're like, well, hang on a second. You mean this isn't supposed to hurt? You mean I can actually experience periods that don't hurt? Yes, actually you can. Actually you can, and I'm not the only one who's doing it. This is the work, this is what's been going on in Corey's world right now. This is what I've been working about behind the scenes, and I'll tell you what, I get it. I haven't been talking a whole lot about it, but like, lives are literally being changed inside my community, because we are changing the way that we are thinking about how our bodies are speaking to us. And we are changing the relationship with our periods. We're changing the relationship with us and our bodies as women. And because we're doing that, our entire lives are changing. And I say mine too, because I'm a part of that. That's where it started. Like, I literally healed my PCOS. Will it still happen if I fall back into old habits and the way I used to live my life? Sure will, because I have a genetic predisposition for it, but it is not a life sentence. And I know some of this sounds radical, like, oh my God, like, how? No, nobody's healing their PCOS. Nobody's healing their painful periods. No, it's bullshit. If somebody is telling you that, it's because they are not looking or asking the right questions. They're not looking in the right place. I'll tell you what, it is not at the doctor's office. It is not by birth control. It's so much more than that. It's so much closer to that. It's so much closer to you. You have the incredible capacity to heal yourself. And that is what they don't want you to know. That is what they don't want you to find out. Because the moment that you take back control of your health and you start learning about your body and learning about how she speaks to you and then how to care for her, you're no longer buying into their system. Now, I'm not saying, and guys, I'm a nurse, okay? I am not against doctors, please. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it all twisted. But what I am saying is that the more that we come back and start learning about our bodies and how to care for our individual bodies, the more power we take back. And we are no longer dependent on a system that is keeping us sick. And a system that profits off of us being sick. That's what I'm here to change. I'm here to change the way that we look at our bodies. The way that we look at our menstrual cycles, the way that we perceive ourselves as women, as cyclical beings. If there's anything you walk away from this video, thinking or asking. It's just this question. How would my life be different if I believed that my cycles weren't supposed to hurt? How would things be different if I looked at my body in her signals as a cry for help instead of something that is hurting me? What if I looked at my body like I looked at a newborn who was crying out for help? How would you then care for yourself? Would you get more curious? Right? Like if you have a newborn who's crying and wailing, don't you get curious about what's happening? You see if they're hungry, you see if they need to burp, you see if they need a diaper change, or if they need a quiet environment, or they need sleep, or they just need comfort. That is your body. Your body is doing that. If you are experiencing anxiety, mood swings, PMS, painful cramps, that is your body crying. She is crying out for you to help her. And you can. There are ways to help her. There are ways to take care of yourself that don't require a bunch of supplements, that don't require you to dump a bunch of money into a bunch of things, right? It could be just as simple as slowing down. Yeah, of course. Like, I have a business because I know that there are women who need personal support in this. And that for those women, I am here. But for those of you who are just like starting on your journey and you're like just waking up to this idea that maybe I don't have to live this way, then I'll just give you this one piece that you can walk away with today. If you experience painful cramps, start listening. Slow down. If you start getting cramps, right? You're in that moment and you just like, those cramps are kicking your butt. Stop for just a moment before you pop in an ibuprofen and silence everything, because that's basically what it would, I mean, this is kind of rough right now, but this is basically what we're doing. It would be the equivalent of taking a newborn and sticking it in a room while it's wailing in a soundproof room and shutting the door. I know, like in our minds, right? We can't even comprehend that we would do something like that. But to our bodies, whose only way of communicating, right? Our bodies they don't speak to us like they speak in words. Our body has a different language, and the only way that she can communicate with us that's loud enough to get out from the noise of everything that we are distracting ourselves with is pain. Because we've forgotten how to listen to the subtle cues. So if you take that and you look at that signal and that cry, that would be like the equivalent, like pain in a period is the equivalent of a newborn wailing, okay? It is like DEFCON 5. We're at like, really, you got to attend to this now. And when we take an ibuprofen, that's what we're doing. We're just silencing it. We're suppressing it. Instead of actually caring for what is the problem. What is it that you're trying to say? What is it that you're trying to say to me? So, if you do nothing else, but just try this. Next time you have cramps, stop for a moment. Stop what you're doing. Close your eyes and breathe. Ask yourself, ask your body, hey, what do you need right now? Hey, I hear you. You're cramping. Like, I hear you. What do you need? Most likely, she wants you to slow down. She wants you to take a break. And if you're like, well, Corey, I can't do that. Well, then maybe you've got some other things that you need to look at. Because it stacks. It stacks up. And that's what I teach women. I teach women how to track their energy so that way they know and plan their lives so that way they can take care of the things that they need to take care of and build in the rest that they need to. So that way they can get relief from those symptoms. Just give it a try. If you want, I can send you any of the period pain meditations that I do on Inside Timer. They're amazing. They're not mine. They're somebody else's. Maybe eventually I'll do some on there. But for now, like other people, there are other people that are doing things like this too. And I have no problem supporting them because this is not the Corey Show. This is, however, it's my clarion call. It is my siren song to this planet, as a reflector, as a Life Path 33, as a woman who literally just wants women to live their best lives. Is that if you are experiencing these things, they're a cry for help. They're a cry for love. They're a cry for attention. They're a cry for love. And you have an amazing, incredible opportunity. The fact that you're sitting here and watched 20 minutes of my video where I'm talking about all these things, and if you're still here, that means that you are in one of the most incredible positions of your life, because now you have some awareness. No, you do not have to continue having these experiences. Yes, you can have the tools that you need to be able to take care of yourself. And if you're really curious about how to do that, like, or if you're like, fuck, I don't even know where to begin, then send me a message. We'll find where you need to begin. You could literally even just send me a DM and be like, Corey, I saw your video on Ray's Anatomy about painful periods and you literally blew my mind. I don't even know where to start. Where do I start? I will sit and I will answer your questions. Happily. Happily. That's what I'm here for. Like, I'm here for you. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I don't want you to feel like your life has to end every, half of the month because you're either in crippling anxiety or terrible pain, or you're bleeding out of a pad every hour. Like, that's horrible. I remember living that life and it fucking sucked. It sucks. And it doesn't have to be that way. It can be better. Like, if no one's ever told you that, and that's what I'm here to do. Like, if no one's ever told you that life doesn't have to be that way and that it can be better, then I'm here to tell you that. I'm here to tell you that being a woman is not a life sentence to pain. It is not a life sentence to drudgery or to anxiety or to all of these experiences that we have just normalized. It's not. It was never meant to be like that. Being a cyclical being is something that I consider to be the most honored privilege that I get to do in this lifetime. And I've helped other women reconnect with that too. Women that have struggled for their entire lives with their cycles or with their health. You are beautiful. And you are incredible. And you have an incredible, beautiful, amazing body. And she just wants to talk to you. She just wants to work together with you so that way you can live an extraordinary life. But you have to work together as a team. You can't keep silencing her and expecting that she's going to be able to support you to live this long, beautiful life that you want to live. She's crying out. She's got her check engine light. If you're experiencing these things, those check engine lights are already on. And now is the time for you to start making these changes to help yourself, to get to know what is happening, to learn about your body, and to learn why she's speaking these, why these check engine lights are on in the first place. If you liked this video today, please subscribe. It'd be awesome. I want to be your friend. Drop a comment. Tell me what you thought of this video. Share it with a friend. Like, be like, this is nuts. Listen to this crazy lady who's got a uterus on her chest talking about periods, like, in her car. Do whatever you're gonna do with this video, but you know what? I will keep saying it, and y'all can tell me I'm crazy, and that's all right. I'm gonna keep saying it anyway, because those of you that are here to see this and are like, yeah, wait a minute, I've been waiting for somebody to tell me that my whole life, then welcome. I'm glad you're here, and I love you. And I will reflect all that beautiful, beautiful love back to you. You are beautiful. You are loved. And your body loves you so much. And she just wants to be your friend. Until next time, it's Corey Ray, signing out.